What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another FFBE War of the Visions video, and today I'm going to be answering the question, what is Brave? What is Faith? Should we level it up? Should we lower it? How do we do that even? Are there units that help us do that? And what exactly do these two stats do for us in the game? We're going to get into all of that and more, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so I've been getting a lot of questions about what is Faith, what is Bravery, should I raise it on everybody, what happens with Faith and Bravery, and I want to go over and show you guys in this video and talk about it to make sure you guys are aware of everything going on. So one of the things I want to point out is there is a great Reddit user, the name is Hadeson, I think is what his name is. I hope I don't say your name wrong, bud, but he is a day one Japanese player who has been giving great advice on the official War of the Visions Reddit. So I'm going to pull up one of his post right here and we're going to talk about Brave and Faith. It goes in very great detail, so I wanted to give him all the credit, or her, I actually don't know, but either way, give them all the credit that they have. And then make sure you guys go to the War of the Visions subreddit, because there's a lot of great information there that you guys can pick up on as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that post up right now, and we're going to talk about it. So, Brave increases the amount of damage dealt. How much it affects his damage seems to vary between abilities, but for normal attacks, the multiplier is 50 plus Brave equals the percent. So theoretically, if your Brave is 0, your normal attack would only do 50% of its pre-multiplier raw, whereas if your Brave is 100, you'd be doing 150% of your raw damage. So as you can see, for physical attackers, you're going to really want that Brave to be up. You're going to want to have that as high as you can get it. It increases the rate of activation for physical reaction or counter ability. So you guys know how you can set a physical counter and reaction ability inside of your job class in your ability board. This is going to help increase that. When Brave is less than 9 though, when you're in battle, the character turns into a chicken and damage is increased and you can't really control them. So you always want to be aware of Brave. One of the things about Brave that I want to talk about is it can be lowered when you die permanently. So the thing about Brave and Faith is in battle, if you have somebody raise your Brave, or you have them raise your Faith, that is going to be a permanent addition to your character. Not the exact amount they give them in battle, but I do believe it's like a 10% of that, or it could be a little bit more, a little bit less, but it's around that 10% mark. So if you have somebody like Fina, which we're going to talk about, she's going to be very important for raising Faith right now, and Bravery can be raised by either being in the guild barracks, which I'll show you, or being in, by you grabbing one of the rainbow crystals that are, or the crystals that are coming up as the enemies are die off. You could pick those up, and you will get Bravery, and if they're like the purplish one, you'll actually get JP from them as well, which is very important in this game. But remember, if you do die, you will lose Bravery. You don't lose the character forever. I've been hearing people talk about that, but you will lose so a little bit of Bravery when your characters are KO'd. That does not count for like guild battles, PvP, anything like that where your characters are more than likely to die. But if you're talking about actually playing the game, they could die off, like, and lose some Bravery. Next up, let's bring this post back up and talk about Faith, because I think it's the more important one, the more complex one. Faith increases the amount of damage and healing done with magic as the casters. So, all mages want as high enough faith as they can have to deal as much damage as they can. Healers want really high faith too, because that means they will heal the target for more. Increases the amount of damage and healing received by magic. So this is where it kind of gets tricky. The higher faith you have, the more damage you will take from magic attacks. So when it comes to tanks, guys, you don't want to take that high magic damage if you have high faith. But if you read the next part, it also says increases the healing that you accept. So you may need to find a nice medium sweet spot for that, but I'm going to go over what I'm going to do when we get to how to increase it and how to lower it. But, that's going to be the nice medium. So remember, if you don't want your units taking high magic damage, lower that faith down a little bit. Make sure that it's going to help defend them against that, but they're going to receive less healing because of that. Increase the rate of success for status effects. So essentially this is talking about, you guys can read onto this, I don't want to read the whole thing off, but when you try to do a status effect to an enemy, so let's say you're trying to confuse it, poison it, sleep it, things like that, your faith comes into account, and so does the target's faith. And then that's going to give you, if you guys read this formula, going to give you a percent chance to actually land that debuff. So that's a whole nother thing we have to talk about with units. Not only with our tanks are we trying to, take less magic damage, but also get healed more. We also want to land a lot of those nice, Engelbert has that confused slash, and there's a lot of nice debuffs that we want to land too. So it's a nice little balance here of what you guys need to have out of faith. So now that we have it all out of the way and you guys know exactly what Faith and Bravery do, I want to talk about how you can raise it up. So the first way you guys are going to have unlocked, make sure you're in a guild. You guys should be in a guild already. And yes, my guild is full, as you can see. But you're going to go ahead over to the barracks. Now, when I first started playing this game, I thought to myself, oh my goodness, the barracks are terrible. They lower your faith, they raise your bravery, but how do I get my faith back? I don't want to have that happen. Well, the barracks are actually really great. You definitely want to put your physical damage dealing units into the barracks, as they're going to get a lot of JP. If you look at this, per hour, I get 71 JP. And you're going to use that to level up your abilities. You also get +1 bravery. So this is going to help with dealing that physical damage, boosting up your damage. You want to try to get your bravery as high as this barracks will let it get. It's also going to lower your faith, so it's going to help you take less damage from magic attacks and have you live a little bit longer. But again, it does affect it in negative ways if it's lower. The next part I want to talk about is a JP quality of life change that will be coming to War of the Visions eventually, where they ended up adding a little, where I'm clicking right here, for each individual character, they added a little up or down arrow. It was blue or red. If it was red, you lost faith with that character while you were in here, but you could also click it to blue and you could gain faith. And that's going to be a huge thing for us, right? Because we want to get our Medina in here and we want her to be getting JP. We don't want it to worry about losing faith, and we want her to get her bravery up as well, and we want to have all that great stuff. But if we put her in here, she's losing the faith, which kind of sucks because, hey, you know, I want to get that JP with her. So the way we're going to fix that is I'm going to show you guys, you guys have to have Fina to do this right now, so I can't wait for this change to happen. We have to have Fina to be able to put up our faith, and I'm going to show you an example of what I've been doing with her ability Cheer. So the ability that Fina gets on her ability board is called Cheer. You don't really have to max her out much at all to get it, and then you want to actually max out the Cheer ability. The reason is, as you level it up and level it up, the more faith it will give to the person that you target. So in the end, I do believe there has been some time. You can see my guilds change, my ranks changed, but I've been doing some testing between when I recorded the first part of the video and now the second. But I do believe it's 25%. So I know I said 10% at the beginning. I think I said that. I think it's 25% now. Let me know in the comments below. Again, we're just trying to test and data mine and figure out what the numbers are. So you want to retain as much faith as you can between these battles to make it quicker. So you're going to level up Cheer as much as possible. I know we talked about the barracks and grabbing up the crystals at the end of the battle as a way to raise your bravery, but we have another way as well. If you happen to have a samurai, I do believe we have O, which is an MR samurai, and then we have Rob Horn here, which is a UR samurai. We go to abilities. They have an ability called meditation, and this is actually going to be an AoE ability, whereas Fina's Cheer is single target, and this is going to put up people's bravery, and you want to level this bad boy up as well to try to give more bravery in that area of effect. That way you can be raising everybody's bravery up, because in the end, we want everybody's bravery up to 199 as close as we can. So to be able to farm, the quickest way I've found and the most efficient way is we're going to head to the story mode and we're going to go to chapter 2. So we're going to go chapter 2. Most of you guys should be there by now. Scene 2 and then battle 1. This part of the battle here is going to be easy to farm because all the enemies are bunched up. Either your Medina or your Ishtola, if you weren't lucky enough to have Medina, should be able to clear it out. Your Medina will be able to do it with her LB, and then Ishtola is going to do it with, I do believe Foul is the ability that Ishtola uses. I'm not an Ishtola user yet. Then you're going to bring your Fina for Cheer. You're going to bring your Samurai for the meditation ability. You're going to bring your target that's going to be cheered, which is your faith up target, which can either be your Medina if you still need it, or in my case, it's Marguerite. And then you're going to bring somebody else that you really want to have just their bravery go up. So it's going to be any user you have, for sure, physical damage dealers. We're going to turn auto off here at the bottom. We're going to have initial placement on because we do need to set up our units in a certain way, and we're going to embark. And you guys are going to find that this level is super quick with your big mages that everybody should have at least one or the other, or maybe even both. And yeah, so you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna have to set up this a little bit different. We're gonna take Marguerite, and we're gonna move her down here, and then we're gonna take whatever our other user is and move them as close as we can to the team. And then this is how this battle is gonna go. It's gonna be over rather quickly. We're gonna move our magic damage dealer to the front here, and in our case it's Medina. We're gonna take our, excuse me, yeah, we're gonna move him right over here, I do believe. We're gonna take our Mont, move him here. We're going to have Fina go ahead and cast Cheer on our faith target. So it could be anybody in the party, but for now we're trying to get Marguerite's faith up. So we're going to target Marguerite. Go ahead and wait there. We're going to have Rob, or whoever your samurai is, move here, use meditation. As you can see, it targets everybody in the squad right here because they're in a nice bunched up group. And then for our faith target, you can do whatever you want. For me, I just let them do whatever. They get cheered, and then it goes right back to your magic user, at least in my case, Medina, Cosmo Plume, done. End of story. That's the end of the level. Okay, so not only did you get everybody's bravery up, we have a faith target that has gone up, we've got some JP, we've gotten some experience, and when we get through this towards the end, we also have a chance of acquiring some of the items we need to awaken some of these jobs. And again, like I said, this is a great spot because it's so quick to farm up those little blue orbs that you need, like 50, 25, 50 up for everybody's job classes. It's actually absolutely ridiculous the amount you need. And if you just don't want to deal with any of this faith and bravery, just farm this stage on auto with your Medina, and she will kill it like instantly. You just have to keep clicking the button to go. So I want to go through this again, but I'm going to try to go as fast as I can to show you guys how quick it can be if you know what you're doing. Now, hopefully I don't mess this up. So we're going to go ahead and click here, move this down, move her here. Let's see, we're going to go, Medina goes here. That seems good. We're going to move Mont down here. There he goes. Go ahead and wait here. We're going to take Cheer with Fina here. Boom, boom. And you'll get used to this as you do it. And you may mess up if you try to go super fast. I know I do. Meditation on everyone. Stop. We're not going to do anything with her. Gets cast. And then we end the battle. Boom. Done. Easy. Easy farm. Easy bravery. Easy faith. And then you just switch out Marguerite with anybody you guys need faith up on, and you're going to be good to go when it comes to... This is so efficient. This farming right here is so efficient for so many different things. I love it to death. We even get some recipes there for some weapons. So hopefully this helped you guys out, and you guys understand a little bit more about faith and bravery and how to raise it and lower it. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions about this. I'll do my best to answer them. Subscribe to me here on YouTube. Follow me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ClaicYuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.